So who was to be king?
Do you know how this works? If you were to be king,
Take it.
who wants to be king?
Hell yeah, there it is. Welcome to the live edition of the 4th Ring King 2018. I'm glad to have everybody here, and lots of questions about that intro video. It wasn't After Effects. I am too much of a noob to use After Effects. I don't even remember what the name of the free application I found that I used to edit it, but it works real well for what I need it to. And then add in Photoshop and Audacity to edit audio. It's a real piecemeal approach. But anyway, let's get to the show here. No, it actually is free. I'm pretty sure I didn't pirate this one. But I do have After Effects. I've actually got a student Adobe Creative Cloud account based on an old email. So I have After Effects. I just don't know how to use it. But anyway, let's get started. We've got hell of an event coming up. We can see here half of Edward Newton and Eli Forever's face. And we're going to see them square off in a match for the OSW World Championship later on. But let's see how this show kicks off. And I wasn't expecting that one. It's kicking off with someone we haven't seen in a while, showing off the first of our new graphic style for the header images. And we see Solomon Rhodes here, not seen since Judgment Day, way back in the day. And he headed off to try to find out how he could save Lux Bellator from the underworld. And Jerusalem is the name of this segment. So let's see what's going on in Jerusalem. Someone is running through the middle of the Christian quarter of the old city with a cloaked man giving chase. They run through an abandoned house, down a rocky stairwell, and then there's a dungeon they end up in. There's no way out. The man frantically searches for options, but some invisible barricade refuses to let him move forward. The hooded man approaches, flipping over the rug to reveal an unknown symbol, and he takes off his hood. It's Solomon Rhodes, and says that's the devil's trap, which means you're not going anywhere, Abaddon, who's a demon. He flashes a smile with dark black eyes. Says, you must be really desperate to talk with me, Rhodes. Wouldn't it be a shame if I bit my tongue off? That's ice cold. Rhodes wants answers. Thousands of demons walking the earth thanks to the underworld gates being opened by Lee Crowley, that son of a bitch. While he's trapped inside, you're trapped here. But Rhodes can send him back. Whatever happens here today, your options are merely few. He can either tell him what he wants to know, or he'll send him back to damnation, or he doesn't, and Rhodes will kill him. The demon is not leaving the building. Rhodes wants to know where the key to the cage is, where Lucifer is trapped currently. Lucifer trapped the key inside it with Lux Bellator, and that one of the demons has escaped the underworld with it. Oh, snap. The underworld key is out of the underworld. The demon grins. Tut! Do you even know the torment he's suffering? Lucifer tortures him every second of every minute of every day. Poor Lucas. He peels his skin off piece by piece, shredding him limb from limb, till he's a husk of a man. Then he brings it all back. Every day is torture. He's been consumed by the fiery pits of hell. Whatever Rhodes thinks he's saving, it's long gone. But Rhodes still wants to know. Abaddon can make the holder of the key shine like a beacon to him. However, he has to sacrifice a slither of your soul. You won't even notice that it's gone. That never seems to work out for people. But Rhodes is going to do it. Abaddon takes some of his soul. Rhodes is down. The deal has been made. The demon took an unnoticeable portion of your soul. And Rhodes will now know in what direction he needs to travel to find the holder of the key. And Rhodes does. But the demon wants to know if Rhodes wants to know if what the use the demon had for his soul. But you foolish man, the demon chuckles. Abaddon, a bottomless pit, the realm of the dead. It's said in our texts that only the soul of a Christian man can open that realm. And now the dead will rise, to storm your precious taproom and settle their unfinished business. The collateral damage will be huge. The risen. This is how it happens. But Rhodes kills him. The dead rise to the taproom to finish their business. Nice. That's awesome. And here's our new match graphics as we move forward. We have got both guys lined up, very Street Fighter-esque. We've got Behringer on the left, Troy Solveig on the right. This is a Ring King semi-final matchup. And they're ready to go to town to see who will be in the finals of Ring King. The two weapon wielders circle around the ring, looking intensely at one another. They come to a stalemate, locking up in the center of the ring. Oh, and then Troy calls for the test of strength. Behringer goes for it, but Troy is stronger. And he pushes him down to the mat. But wait, Behringer ain't having none of that. He fights back against it. These guys are both a lot stronger than you might think. Troy grits his teeth. He pushes back. They meet in a stalemate. The crowd is real into it, and Troy roars. Good to see a nice roar. He slams Behringer to the mat with a surge of energy. Another roar. They go into the corner because Troy wasn't paying attention. The Knight of the Void hits two quick punches and nails a lariat. But Troy doesn't even seem fazed. Troy rushes in. The Valkyrie, the Superman punch. Behringer, he's down one. Oh, a 1 count. The Knight is not having it. He goes to the full Nelson. Hell's Embrace is what the full Nelson is called. Behringer, he tries to fight free. He reaches out with his foot and gets the bottom rope for a rope break. Solveig releases. He begins setting up for the big finale. He grabs Behringer, throws his arm over his head. The jackhammer, the hammer of the gods. Both legs. 1, 2, 3. Troy Solveig moves to the finals of Ring King after a huge victory over Behringer. Great match, whoever wrote it. Awesome start to the show. We've got a segment with Nate Washington on the right and Heath Solman on the left. Man, and Solman looks even more like Billy Kidman in this style. This one is entitled Indentured, taking place someplace else. And it's outside the tap room. Nate, he's a little impatient. But a black van pulls up with some of his guys, including Heath Solman, who's more than a little disgruntled. Nate doesn't care. He says time is of the essence. Was the job done? Heath agrees, says it was, with a nod. But they have some other business to attend to. Heath steps up to his presumed associate. He says, that we do. Heath is ready to collect what's his. But Nate, he ain't having none of that. What part of the word labors didn't you hear with an S, plural? Your ass is going to earn that cure in due time. But Heath is a little pissed at that, as it one would be. He says he's not indentured to Nate. He's signed no contract. So if he don't have what he needs, he can just walk away. And there's the police sirens. But all the men rush back to the van. Says, can you walk away with that? Nate's unable to leave. I'm sorry, his men were the one that rushed off. Solman stopped him, slapped him into the outer wall of the tap room. There's going to be a fight. The police head off after the van, leaving Nate at the grasp of Heath Solman. 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 I'm just gonna go with whatever comes out. Oh, we've got the other semifinal with the leader of the Gentlemen's Club, Edgar Nevermoor, taking on Shadow. Ready to go at it. I love the tights. So who will join Troy Solveig in the finals? Shadow's hot out the gates, rapid fire punches. Nevermoor's just trying to cover up. Shadow with a springboard enziguri. Nevermoor bails out of the ring. He's trying to catch his breath as a gentleman should. But Shadow, he's no gentleman. He's going right after him, the guardian angel, with a somersault plancha. But Nevermoor just moves. Like a sack of shit, Shadow hits the ground. This is why I shouldn't try to make up things. Nevermoor pulls him up, a suplex onto the apron. Nevermoor back up onto the top rope with Shadow in the ring. A moonsault. No! The angel beat. The super kick. The first one of the night to Nevermoor in a mid-moonsault. Might as well call it the Shadow kick, as somebody in the chat says. Shadow makes the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Nevermoor. Shadow heads up top for a shooting star press, but no. Nevermoor's knees are up. An Irish whip into the corner from Edgar, a European uppercut. 2 more follow. Edgar rushes in for a running European uppercut. But Shadow into the tarantula. Nevermoor's limbs are tied up in between the ropes. The ref counts, but Shadow lets go at the count of 3. Nevermoor, the gentleman, trying to get himself shaken out. Shadow's up on the apron. He goes for the springboard. But no, Nevermoor dives onto the top rope. Shadow, stomach first on the ropes. Nevermoor, with the rope hung Oxford comma, the hammerlock DDT, he makes a cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Nevermoor, he's not going to let up. He rips Shadow up off the ground, elbows him hard into the head, and then he shakes his damn hand to show he's still a gentleman. But Shadow holds on. A jumping knee strike from the lockup. Nevermoor's dazed. Irish whips him into the ropes, but Nevermoor reverses. The handspring cutter by Shadow. What a beautiful maneuver. The flipping senton follows, then a standing moonsault, followed by a standing shooting star press. Good Lord. But that only gets a 2 count. Shadow pulls Nevermoor up, but the eye rake, my favorite. The classic eye rake. Shadow's blinded. Nevermoor with a back body drop over the damn top rope. Shadow's on the floor. Nevermoor's up on the top rope. The moonsault. He tosses Shadow back into the ring. That's not very efficient. He covers him with his feet on the ropes. A real gentleman cheats every time, and it gets a 1. A 2. A 3. Nevermoor. No, he didn't. The ref actually did something right. He saw the foot on the ropes. The match will continue. Hot damn. Nevermoor. This is a hell of a match. Nevermoor pulls him up, puts him in the corner. Elbow smashes, another handshake. But Shadow with a front flip out of a suplex. Sit out neck breaker. He goes for the top rope foot stomp, but Nevermoor moves. Shadow rolls through. Woo! Nevermoor. The discus lariat. He yanks him up, elbow strikes. He shakes the hand dam again. He goes for the quick lift. Poetry in motion, the suplex side slam. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. He did it. Nevermoor. Edgar Nevermoor versus Troy Solveig is the finals for Ring King. Shadow put up a hell of a performance. Congratulations. I think Trev is here. Congratulations, Trevor. We'll see who wins out, I guess. Good effort, though, Dawson. That was a very good effort this week. Same for Behringer. Yeah, great match. Big props to the writer for it. You'd think so, Zach. You would think so. But you have to remember, both Edgar Nevermoor and Troy Solveig will be wrestling another match later. So they will both have at least one more contest before the finals. And you don't really know what's going to happen in those. But let's see what's next. We've got Shadow and Devon Chambers squaring off in a segment The Lord Requires. Recorded earlier. They're in a cathedral. The stained glass Jesus beckons the seeker in, but only one figure stands. His jacket pulled up over his head to protect him from the rain. What an emo image. He stands and looks, but doesn't enter. He flicks the small Bible open, but the words only bring him frustration. You'll use me no matter what. All good things come from the Lord, you say. Even those not yours to claim. He does not shout, but his voice is raised enough to wrestle with God. And no one should be surprised that it's Shadow under the hood. He never asked to be an angel of God, but what if God's power can help him reach what he cannot reach alone? Does that mean... And here comes Chambers to say it is what the Lord requires. That's what it means. Good old Devon Chambers, the bishop, his charismatic son of a bitch. He wants to know if Shadow's coming around to his proposal, if he's seeing the light. Because it's in Shadow's best interest to work alongside, not against the Lord. For God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. Even angels are punished for disobeying the Lord. So Shadow needs to be what the Lord requires him to be. It's his nature, his destiny. He'll see the power of the Lord through his hands, through Devon's hands, the power. Then he'll believe. Shadow, conflicted, falls to his knees, contemplating. What a question that's been put to Shadow. Will he relent to Devon Chambers? But while we're contemplating that, we're going to see a match between Nate Washington and Heath Solman. They're ready to square up. They got their dukes up. The Kingpin and the King of Sadness finally square up to settle the score. I like it. They start off with a lockup. Solman gets defeated quickly, slumping his shoulders. Washington into a side headlock. Wasn't Nate Washington knocked out earlier? Oh well. Solman shoves Washington away. A big-time shoulder block. They're both up. Another shoulder block. Washington ain't having it again. A DDT. Solman gets laid out. Washington's up to his feet as well. He's just stomping a mud hole in Solman's back. And he's screaming for him to get up, but Solman says, "Make me." Washington scoffs. He drags Solman to his feet by his hair. "Make you?" Washington asks, and slaps him. Another slap. Solman, he might want to actually show some fire here. But I guess that's his thing. Washington charges in. The big boot to Solman's face, and he makes a cover. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not 3. The immortal one kicked out. Solman ain't having it. The crowd starts to get behind Solman as Nate Washington drags him back up. Washington with an elbow to the... with an elbow to woman's jaw? Okay. Solman blocks that elbow and punches Washington. He goes for the elbow again. Solman, a power bomb from Solman. A power bomb from Solman. Washington off the mat. But it only gets a 2. But Solman is in it. Washington's up. The shotgun wedding. Washington in the corner. Solman picks him up. The permanent solution. He makes another pinfall attempt, hooking those legs. 1, 2, 3. No, but Washington kicks out in just the niche of time. Solman is absolutely relentless now. He wraps Washington up. Belly-to-belly suplex. Another one. Solman into a headlock. He hits the overdose. He makes the cover with a 1, 2. Dawson. And that's 3. Solman with the win. Pretty entertaining character work in this match. I really liked it. Whoever wrote this really did a good job at showing off Solman and his depression, I guess. All right, we've got a segment here between Edgar Nevermoor on the left, in his suit again, and Happy on the right, looking very dapper. Entitled Jacob 3. Look at these fancy lads. The sound of police sirens. Man, the police are all around the tap room tonight. It can be heard blaring away as a police car barrels down an empty road towards an abandoned building. Nicholas Mammon and Nigel Royal impatiently await. The car pulls up, the officer leaps out. Mammon lets him know that he is inside, presumably Jacob. They rush into the building, a short struggle, banging and crashing until a shot rings out. The cop is disheveled and nervous when he comes out. Mammon wants to know what happened. The cop is shaken. He came at him with a hammer, and he had to put him down. Mammon subtly smirks. I think there's been tomfoolery. Tomfoolery is afoot. Mammon says that's Jacob. He's criminally insane. We found him here tonight after a week of searching, and he threatened us with that hammer. In the end, we barely escaped and thought it best to hand it over to the proper authorities. The officer nods. You did the right thing, calling us. The gentlemen nod in agreement and back away. Nigel, that should be on the news in no time at all, Squire. After all, an officer-involved shooting will solve our immediate problem for Mr. Happy. But it won't be long until they find out he's nothing but a patsy. They've not even found Jacob. False identification papers aside, Mr. Nevermoor must hurry. So that wasn't Jacob. That wasn't Jacob at all. I wonder if Gray's theory on Jacob is right. Read the last feedback if you want to know what that is. Royal agrees. They need to keep a close eye on Happy. He'll mourn, but he'll be safe. Jacob cannot contact him. Edgar Nevermoor sending his people to do work. And we're going to see a fatal four-way match for the double feature championship. The Vindicators 3 of them in this match, along with Mysterion. We have Game Boy, who's wearing the gear that says Game Boy. Sparrow in blue. And Red Wing in the red and black. Match is for the silver, gold, and blue. 3 heroes and a villain stand in the corners of the ring, prepared to battle for the OSW Double Feature Championship. The Vindicators team up on Mysterion, who curses them as they stomp a mud hole in him. Red Wing lifts him up, throws him towards Sparrow, a clothesline. Game Boy lifts him up, the level 1. The 1, the 2. But that's not gonna happen. This is for the title, for the gold. Red Wing throws Game Boy off. Sparrow drops an elbow into Game Boy's back. The Vindicators, they're coming apart. Red Wing grabs Game Boy, front headlock DDT. Sparrow gets Game Boy by the legs after that. Puts him in the Guardian lock. Game Boy's crying out in pain. Crawling towards the rope, slowly, painfully crawling with his elbows. Red Wing shields over Game Boy with the camel clutch. Game Boy is in 2 submission holds at the same time. But that dastardly Mysterion yells, "Not today!" The punch of doom on Sparrow. Another one to Red Wing. He covers Red Wing. 1, 2. What the fuck? Mysterion is suddenly on the other side of the ring. Game Boy stands tall as Sparrow reaches his feet. Faster than lightning, Game Boy takes him down with a drop kick. He used the cheat code. Game Boy has used the cheat code, ladies and gentlemen. The speed boost. He's got that Game Genie out. Red Wing reaches his feet just as it wears off. Game Boy heads in anyway. A drop toe hold gets him. Lost my words. Game Boy meets Red Wing to his feet, but is suddenly dropped with the return to Arkham. All 4 men are down. Red Wing and Mysterion are first. Mysterion goes for the punch of doom, but Red Wing ducks it. He grabs him for the killing joke, but no, Mysterion shoves him away. Red Wing lands privates first into the middle turnbuckle. Sparrow gets met with the punch of doom as he stands up. Game Boy is up. Another punch of doom. Mysterion, he makes the cover on Game Boy. 1, 2, 3. Somehow, against 3 foes, Mysterion has conquered the odds, retaining the OSW Double Feature Championship. Damn. Mysterion with the big win and title retention. Big ups to Matt. Moving forward, looks like we're going to see what happens next with these 4 gentlemen. Or 3 gentlemen and a Mysterion. It's entitled Whereabouts. The battle's over. The 4 men are all back to their feet, and they've surrounded Mysterion again. The hero are going to protect the people. They need information. They circle the cloaked conundrum. Justice must prevail. Hey, fuckers, greets them. It's Dr. Mindfuck, yes. And he says, looking for something? He's got several arms, several weapons in his arms. Sparrow says, no, all of their weapons were taken. Doc, what is Mindfuck gonna do? He throws them into acid. That son of a bitch. The Vindicators are looking on dumbfounded. They watch their only chance of reversing the effects of the infection. They're melting away before their very eyes. But Mysterion is gone. Is gone, as well as the black tape holding all of the information incriminating Mysterion and Mindfuck. The heroes have been foiled by their foes. Damn. I gotta quit saying damn. I don't know where it come from either. Let's see what's next. Alright. Shadow versus Devon Chambers. This should be a fun one. It's a battle in the Christian faith, the fallen angel in the ring with a professor of the word. They look at each other with disdain as the bell rings. Remember, Shadow's already wrestled tonight. It's size versus speed. David and Goliath. Chambers pushes Shadow back, using his massive frame to dominate the smaller man. But the fallen angel, some quick strikes to the knees. He's going to take down the bishop. Chambers backs up, grabs a handful of hair, a knee to the face, and he whips him into the ropes. But Shadow with a springboard moonsault. He's back into it. Chambers, he caught him though. Drops him onto his back, and he smashes Shadow into the turnbuckle. Shadow's down. Chambers, he extends his arm to receive the adulation of his fans. But it's only a chorus of boos. Chambers picks him up. He wraps his arms around the midsection, and he's applied the God hug. The God hug has been applied. Shadow's arms are pinned. Chambers is draining the life from his body. The Avenger, he begins punching the head of Chambers directly. 3 shots and Chambers is forced to relinquish his hold. Shadow gets down, springs to the second rope with a DDT. Chambers is down. 1, 2, kick out. And Shadow kips up. The crowd is on their feet. The avenging angel is getting ready. The bishop got up to his feet. The angel beat. The angel beat. But Chambers has got his foot. He gets him around, pulls him up for the spinning razor's edge, the pastoral plunge. Chambers takes the cover after his finish. 1, 2, 3. No! Shadow. Shadow with a foot on the ropes. Chambers is pretty pissed. He drags Shadow to the center of the ring with a leg drop. And he goes up to the top rope as the crowd murmurs in horror. Chambers is getting into it, heading up to the top rope. He slowly clambers up there. And he... Great word pictures here. Arms outstretched as if to be baptized in the hatred by the crowd. But Shadow's out of nowhere. Divine punishment from the top rope. All of Chambers' weight falls on the knees of Shadow with the massive lung blower. Shadow pulls himself from beneath the mass, and he makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Shadow has done it. Shadow with the win over Devon Chambers. And man, he's really going to need to ice those knees down after Devon landed on him. Ooh, what is up next tonight? What? This is not who I expected to see. That's Cale Gable, I believe. Cale Gable, my favorite. What's dead is already dead. The sound of coughing and choking is only extenuated by the sheer panic of someone trying to escape what can only be a terrible predicament. An unmarked gravestone. A hand bursts through it. Cale Gable is crawling from the grave. This must be what Abaddon did. He gasped for air, searching his surroundings in absolute horror. And a hand reaches down, offering him sanctuary, and he willfully takes it. Where am I? What happened? But who's that? Mr. Gable, we meet again. It's Isaac Danvers. Isaac Danvers. Cale scoots back. He can't believe it. Danvers says he's missed him terribly. His days have been filled with such regret over the ways we departed. He could feel his return was imminent. We're connected. You and I. When I felt your heart begin to beat again, I knew I had to come. The medalist. I know why I'm here. It's for Danvers. I'm back for you. To finish this. Welcome back, Scoot, for the Risen. Isaac Danvers, that son of a bitch. Awesome. Awesome to see. Cale scoots back, yes. Some good wordplay there. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Let's see what we've got coming up. We've got Edgar Nevermoor taking on Happy in a singles match. Tonight, a match between student and master. Will Happy learn more from Nevermoor, or will the student surpass the master? Let's see. The bell rings. They shake hands like true gentlemen. Happy is so... I was about to say happy. Happy is jumping in joy. He gets another chance at facing his best friend. Nevermoor says, "No, old sport. Gentlemen do not jump around like children at a birthday party. They learn and follow the rules." Does Happy know the rules today? He does! Nevermoor has him lay down. And Happy says, "Sir, that's how you lose." Nevermoor proclaims that it's his next lesson, to lay down and admit defeat before he has to endure punishment. Happy, he's not sure. He gets down on one knee and says, "Can it be another lesson?" Nevermoor says, "In due time." Happy lays down. 1, 2, 3. Nevermoor has picked up the win. As easy as a win as you can ever get. But Happy still gets his hand raised as he cheers on his gentleman friend. What an exciting win. Poor Happy. Nevermoor, he really is going to be rested for the finals. We've got the Trail of Righteousness. We've got King Arthur on the left and Night Watch on the right. Night Watch is marching down the halls of the tap room with another grueling match against Arthur surrounding his thoughts. He almost misses his rival calling out from across the way. Arthur wants to know if the puzzle is still stumping him. Night Watch simply stares at Arthur's simple display of friendliness. He simply holds out the letter and he says the answer was a mile. Arthur says it was just a simple test. The next test begins in the room behind him. Arthur turns, gesturing to that room. Never breaking eye contact. Night Watch walks in reluctantly. Arthur following behind. Clicking a light switch on. There are 2 people strapped to small chairs. Above them rests a rather large beam of wood as thick as a chest, held by a cord slowly snapping. The challenge is simple, a trial of righteousness. You have to make a choice of who to save. On one side, we've got an elderly lady pulled out of the tap room audience, an innocent that hasn't committed a single wrong. The other is a working crew guy who was only doing his job. He gestures up to the beam that's pulling itself downward. So with so little time, it's his choice who to save. Arthur will see the results once complete. He wishes him the best of luck. With that said, he closes the door behind him, leaving Night Watch, who looks frantically between the 2 people now struggling greatly beneath their bindings. With a crack, the rope snaps. The pole begins to fall. Night Watch only has a moment. He rushes forward, and not towards either person. He reaches between the 2 and holds his arms up, catching the beam. While the weight pushes downward, the interruption only barely touches the heads of the people, and he throws the beam out of the way with a mighty heave and says, "No one dies today." Ever the hero, Night Watch. What's up next? Ooh, the Real King Finals. The Real King Finals are up next, with Wild Card on the left, Eli Forever on the right. Both of them with matches later to come this evening. Eli Forever challenging for the world title later on, and Wild Card facing David Manson to hopefully get back his Invasion briefcase. The final of Real King. The winner gets a shot at the VHS Championship. Who's gonna win? These guys have feuded before, but this time it's pure competition. They tie up. Forever goes behind to a waistlock, but Card elbows out of it. A jumping clothesline. Then a knee drop. He drops the knee on Forever, grinding it into his face. Forever with an underhook. He tosses him into the ropes. Card is stunned. Oh, he's grinding Card's face. Forever's grinding Card's face into the ropes. The suplex. Card rolls out of the ring trying to catch his breath. But that doesn't stop Forever's martyrs. They hop over the guardrail and start attacking Card like rabid dogs. What? The ref's trying to call for the bell. What is going on here? It's an interference. Filled match. Eli levels him with the book to the ref. The ref is down. Eli tells him to lift Card up. A triple powerbomb onto the apron. Damn it. Poor Card. He looks like he's broken in half, but Forever's people aren't done. Eli and his men are just stomping away. He grabs a steel chair. He's going to hit him with the chair, but Card ducks. Card gets put in a sleeper hold, but Card falls backwards into the barricade. Eli charges in, Card with a low blow, dealing the bad hand. And Card drags Eli through the tap room, up to the bar. Card with a bottle from one of the fans, then smashes it over his head and tells the fan, don't whine, it's shit beer anyway. Taproom needs to sell better stuff. Mr. Not get on it. Forever's busted open. Card wails in on the cuts. That's not going to be good for the Newton match. He hops on the counter and slaps his elbow. He's going for the elbow drop, but the bartender shoves him off. It's another one of Forever's men. Forever and Card are both on the floor. They're on all fours, swinging sloppy punches. A spear into the counter. Into the bar, a giant dent, wooden shards have splintered. Forever's got one of them. He's shoving it into Card's forehead. Good Lord, there's blood. They're both bleeding. Card is dazed. Forever's got a stool sideways. He stacks it. An eternal river plunge on the stack of stools. Good God. The fourth shattered the top one. That's broken his back. Forever is dragging Card to the ring. He tosses him in. A referee with the martyr with the referee shirt. Forever makes the cover. A fast count. 1, 2. But Card's got his wrist and says, not yet, you son of a bitch. Eli yanks him up. Gorilla press slams him into the corner. Card tries to get up, but he gets hit with the 7 sins. 4 kicks, 3 chops. Forever tells his martyr to whip Card over to him and hits Thy Lord's Prayer. Forever with the tilt-a-whirl gourd buster. He's up on the top rope. Card tries to get up. But Card shoves this ref into the ropes. The jackpot to the referee. We're having the refs. We need new ones. Card's up on the top rope. He's got Forever by the neck. The hanging sleeper. Card is going to pass out. Forever lets go. Card drops to the mat. He wakes up the martyr and covers. 1, 2, 3. Eli Forever is your new real king after a very grueling match with a very game Card. That was a hell of a match. Very nice. Congrats to Joe on being the real king. Man, what a hell of a match. Damn. And both of those guys got to wrestle later. I'm really not sure what just happened. Oh, there we go. Damn. Great final for Real King. Yes, defo match of the night thus far. Not sure who wrote it. Good work, though. All right, what's up next? Devon Chambers and Shadow. Well, Rob, if you wrote this, good work. Entitled Congregation of the Damned. You know, looking at Shadow now, he kind of almost looks like Adam Lambert. Good choice. I'm a fan of his. Anyway, Congregation of the Damned. In the dead of night, Shadow was outside a large white church in the middle of nowhere. He's conflicted. Still. In his hand, he's got the Bible. And behind them, a battle had just concluded. The angel goes inside the Bible, but what he sees astonishes him. With every footstep, blood splashes against his feet. A congregation of men, women, and children, holy shit, slaughtered in the pews around him. Their nectar carelessly sprayed across the pine. Good Lord! Shadow, a cast iron stomach. He may have seen some shit, but nothing like this. Where is Devon Chambers? And he heads towards the altar. And there, back to the camera, is Devon, his head lowered in what we can only imagine to be shame. How could you do this? Shadow says. As we all do. Why would you? Shadow spins the chair and yells, "Answer me!" But he can't. Devon Chambers has been mutilated. He falls from the chair to the floor with a mighty thud. Holy shit! Devon Chambers is dead. Someone stabbed him through the middle of the chest. Who did this? Why? Holy shit! Devon Chambers is dead. Damn! Get the death counter started. Wow. Damn. Devon Chambers, a mainstay in OSW, has been killed, and who the hell slaughtered his entire congregation? Wow. I don't even know what to say. All right. Well. Wow, what a hell of a moment. That's quite a big death. I mean, we just got a brand new poser for him too. Damn, I mean, it could be anybody. Wolfgang? Eli Forever? I mean, who the hell uses blades? Behringer has a blade. Does anybody else use a blade? Rhodes used a blade earlier in the night. Hell, I don't even know. Damn. What a hell of a moment there. And Zach will be ready for you when you're ready to come back. Good to have you around. Mysterion has a blade. Manson carries a knife. Could be any number of guys. Man. Straight through the chest. What a way to die. And I have to be optimistic and say that Devon Chambers finally got himself back together. He had a congregation again after he lost everything, only to lose it all. Wow. Damn. And now I suppose Shadow will be... It was actually Jesus himself. Wow. Stabbed through the heart, and you're to blame. Devon Chambers is dead. Alright, we've got a match up next. Nightwatch versus King Arthur. History collides again. Nightwatch made it through the test from King Arthur, and now they're going to fight. Nightwatch comes out of the gate with a big jawbreaker, not an arm breaker. Arthur's backwards. Nightwatch rushes in with a big kick to the midsection. 2 more kicks. And he does a leg sweep. Hell yeah. And he goes for the Nightfall, the super kick. There's another one. It dots King Arthur right on the chin. Nightwatch falls into the cover. 1, 2... No, a kick out. Arthur isn't going down that easy. Arthur managed to get a shoulder up at the last second. Nightwatch stops as if debating on what's next to come before he pulls Arthur to his feet. But Arthur has got his fingers around the sides of Nightwatch's head as he rises before hitting a massive headbutt. They seem to stagger for a moment. But Arthur grabs the arm of Nightwatch, whirls him around with another leg sweep. Arthur steps back and hits the King's Crossing, the running knee. Nightwatch is down. 1, 2. Kick out. At the very last second, Nightwatch is able to get a shoulder up. Arthur doesn't know what he's got to do to put the other man down. Rather than try to lift him up, he starts slapping his knee. He's warming up the knee band. Nightwatch is up. He goes for the King's Cry, but an enziguri. Nightwatch saw it coming from a mile away and was able to get an enziguri. Both men are down. The Dark Knight's up first. He looks over at King Arthur, and he stomps on the dead man's hand. He pulls the arm out, an elbow. Nightwatch back to the corner. And he hits the Knight's End, the reverse STO, Arthur's face into the mat with great impact. 1, 2, but Arthur's foot's on the bottom rope. Nightwatch is really frustrated with that. He begins yanking on the edges of his mask. Nightwatch grabs him, begins to lift up Arthur. But Arthur gets a guillotine choke. Mordred's demise. Nightwatch is in a bad way. He may even have to tap. Nightwatch's hand falls once before he powers up. He begins to garner strength. He rolls into the corner. Arthur takes the 4 count and releases the hold. Both men are laid out in the center of the ring. Finally, after a moment or two, Arthur stirs and gets to his feet. And he makes a beheading motion before stepping back into the corner as if to prepare for his big finish once again. Was there supposed to be a finish to this match here? Okay, well, that's all we got. We'll move on. Congratulations to both of them. Sorry for not having a finish for you. Okay. Anyway, we've got a segment for... we'll just pretend that it went to static during the end of that match. Perhaps we will see it aired during VHS, whatever the next one is. Nightwatch is the winner of that match. As we move on to a segment with Berenger and Xander Zane. Entitled Encore. And Xander looks really awesome in this this light, as does Berenger. I really like these redesigns. All right, Xander fucking Zane. The opening chords for Those About to Rock blare through the arena. Pyro, cannons, and the Xander Zane is in the tap room. He's got the VHS title proudly around his waist. He plays his guitar. He's got a bottle of whiskey. This is truly a rock god. Zane stumbles as the 21 gun salute rocks the arena. But the music gets cut off and Berenger is here. Vigil Keeper has been embedded into the soundboard. The Void Knight is not pleased with Xander Zane, who wonders who the fuck he thinks he is. And Berenger is here to save Zane from himself. But Zane thinks he's just ruining the show. The crowd is quiet. Zane backs up. Berenger is advancing on him. The time for talk is finished. The time for a match on my terms has begun. But Zane says he's got the title, So he's doing it how he says, a guitar to the ref, another ref down tonight. Zane downs the rest of his whiskey and drops his guitar as the ref rolls outside. Berenger charges the ring. It's time for an encore, and we're playing to my lead. So while I'm refreshing this, I did have a thought that it'd be pretty amazing if someone created a referee character who, like, was all about rules and stuff. If anybody needs a character, it would be funny to handle for a month. But let's see this matchup. Taking one another on for the VHS championship that belongs to Berenger. Although it is not in his possession, the bell is rung, but there's no ref. It could be pure pandemonium. That's gimmick infringement. We've already got pandemonium. Berenger stumbles in, but Zane with a whiskey bottle to the face. Berenger is busted open. He gets nailed in the skull by the VHS title. Zane is waiting for him to stand, but Berenger tackles him. The behemoth of a man leaps over the top rope. They crash to the outside. Berenger back up to his feet. Zane doesn't even know where he is, but he gets taken to the ground with a massive German suplex. The Void Knight has been kind up to now, but now he's out to whip some ass. He peels Zane off the ground and flings him stomach first. And Zane is puking up the whiskey. Ugh. Berenger grabs him, throws him face down. He lifts him up and throws him into the bar. The bar's already been destroyed. Think of the bar. The rock god has been sent hurtling over the barricade. He crawls up. Berenger slowly stalks him. He orders a drink. Xander tips with 100, and he spits the whiskey into Berenger's eyes. Hangover Sunday. A bar stool over the head. Zane uses one of the few remaining bar stools, slamming the wooden seat into the top of Berenger's head. The Void Knight's taking a hell of a lot of damage tonight. Xander grabs a drink from the bar as he goes to peel Berenger off the ground, but the Void Knight's too heavy. He drops his drink to force him up to his feet. Oh, a beer bottle from Berenger. It busts Zane wide open. The Vanquisher! Zane gets hit with the Vanquisher across a bar table by a devastating powerbomb. Berenger falls to a knee, drained, as he tries to pull Zane up. Zane gets put onto his shoulder as he goes towards the ring. The Vindicator throws him over the barricade. But Zane's not out. A boot to the chest from the Rock God. He drags Berenger over, throws him into the ring. Or no, Berenger's on the turnbuckle. Zane is scaling the ropes. The World Tour, the coast to coast from the ring to the outside. It damaged the barricade, the tap room. The tap room is all over the place. Zane is the first to stir as he crawls towards the ring, rolling inside. They're both bloody. Zane's got his guitar. The Vindicator wipes the gore from his brow. Zane with the guitar, but Berenger breaks it. He catches it and breaks it. A haymaker from Berenger, another. He grabs him, puts him on the turnbuckle with a spine buster. Spine on the pine. The Void Knight continues his flurry. He finally lets go of Zane and lets him go down to a knee. Berenger tries to get the ref up, but Zane with the low blow. The mic drop, the neck break stunner. Berenger is down. 1, 2, 3. Zane has learned nothing as he stands over Berenger in a drunken victory pose. He is the champ and will soon endure Eli forever. All right. Hell yeah. I've had a hell of a number of matches tonight. What's next? Ooh, all right. We have got a segment entitled Choice with Troy Sulvig and Brent Kirsch on the left, Wolfgang Redmond Quinn, and John Davenport on the right. Congrats to Hayden. I echo everyone in here. Big win. Berenger has been pretty impressive as of late. Segment is entitled Choice. Backstage in the small room leading to the tap room entranceway, Redmond Quinn is in the eye of the hurricane. On one side, Wolfgang, John Davenport. On the other, Brent Kirsch and Troy Solvig. This is the last time, kid, Kirsch is telling him. He's been doing all he can to keep the big bastard, I assume he means Troy, from crushing his master over there. You can either end this and come with us, or we're going to have to consider you collateral damage. Davenport is only creepily laughing, staring at Kirsch, but Wolfgang answers and says that he's sure Redmond wants to join him. Wants to join Kirsch. His sympathy to lesser beasts attract those who can't protect themselves, doesn't it? But Redmond knows better. Life under Wolfgang's yoke is better than where he would be without him. The superior takes his attention to Troy and says he's surprised he's still walking. Most, that word, which means race traitor, would be dead after what I did to you. The chosen one steps forward, eye to eye, but then he turns his attention to Quinn and says a man who won't fight will never enter Valhalla. Enter in this cowardice or find yourself slain as an errant babe at his mother's breast. But Kirsch pulls back the big bastard, as he called him earlier, and tells Redmond he has to make a choice, and he knows he'll make the right one. Quinn, for his part, seems ready to say his piece, but John Davenport's done with that. Fuck all the talking. He's ready to fight. Ready to fight these sonbitches. Wolfgang tells Quinn to lead them to the ring, and does so, as Davenport mocks Kirsch, saying that his insurance is almost here, and Kirsch is going to love it. It's to die for. The hound dog heads through the curtain to join his allies as Kirsch and Solvig shake hands. That match is now, as they've now turned to be ready to fight. In a 2-on-3 handicap match. Quinn has led Wolfgang and Davenport down to the ring. Quinn's on the apron as Wolfgang and Davenport talk strategy. But Kirsch and Solvig are down to the ring like a house on fire, charging in. They collide. All four men spill to the outside while Quinn looks on from the apron. They all get up. They throw caution and rules to the wind. Troy and Davenport are fighting. The Viking gets thrown into the guardrail. Davenport's got a chair. A sick chair shot to the back of Troy's head. And this man has still got to wrestle again later. Kirsch and Wolfgang trade blows while Davenport throws Troy into the ring. He gets him by the hair and puts him in the corner. He's put him in the top rope. He's going for a superplex. But Troy slides down. He jumps up to the top rope. A super belly-to-belly suplex. The ring quakes with the impact of these two giants. Troy roars once again with the lust of war before he drops into a pinfall. 1. Quinn still doesn't even move. 2. But Wolfgang is the one that breaks up the pin, and the superior yells at Quinn, "Where were you?" And Quinn says, "Right where you told me to be, master." But Kirsch runs in, attacks Wolfgang. They fly out of the ring, and Troy and Davenport are back at it, charging like two bears, fighting over the last scrap of food. Troy ducks a clothesline. Kirsch is up on the apron with a tag. Davenport is in. Kirsch is waiting on him. The spine buster. Kirsch with a series of rights and lefts, letting out his frustrations on the man who sought to say he wasn't a true American hero. But Wolfgang has got that chair. He runs around the ring. Troy gives chase. Oh, a chair shot to Troy. Another one. 2 chair shots to the Viking. Wolfgang jumps up on the apron as Kirsch sees what's happened. He runs at the ropes to yell for his partner. Davenport gets to his corner for the tag. Wolfgang is in. Kirsch turns. Oh, the Superman punch from Wolfgang. Kirsch tries to shake it off as Wolfgang yells for the official to go check on the ref. The idiot ref does it, probably not wanting to get attacked as all the other ones have tonight. Just as Davenport slides the chair in, right under Kirsch's head. Wolfgang with the ropes, blood and soil, the curb stomp on the steel chair. Kirsch is battered, bruised, and beaten, and he kicks the chair away. It slides across the mat. Wolfgang picks up Kirsch. and turns around to face Redmond Quinn and tells him to get into the ring. Quinn is in. Wolfgang yells for him to pick the chair up. Quinn gets it. Kirsch is so out of it, it doesn't even matter how long he takes. Redmond's got the chair. Wolfgang and Kirsch are in front of him. The superior points to Kirsch's head and tells him to do it. Quinn lifts the chair up slightly, not seeming like he wants to use it. Wolfgang roars at him. Kirsch looks up at him with a plea in his eyes, and he says, "Choose, kid. Do the right thing." Quinn's eyes dart from Kirsch to Wolfgang, and he finally seems to have made a decision. His eyes fill with rage. He lifts the chair into the air with force, and he swings with all of his might. Crack! No! Troy nailed Quinn with the Valkyrie, the Superman punch. Quinn is down. He didn't get to choose. We don't know what Quinn chose. Troy goes after Wolfgang, but Davenport's got the chair. He tosses Solvig out of the ring. Another chair shot to Troy. Kirsch pushes Wolfgang into Davenport. He knocks the Hound Dog out of the ring. Kirsch grabs him on the rebound. He goes for the Southern Discomfort, but Wolfgang powers out. The Blitzkrieg, the Thunder Firebomb to Kirsch. 1. Everybody's down. 2. Quinn is still down. 3. Wolfgang and Davenport have won here tonight. They overcame Troy Solvig and Brent Kirsch. But what of Redmond Quinn? Congratulations to the winners of that match. What will Redmond Quinn do? We're about to find out if he'll do anything. This segment is entitled Insurance, with all the same guys from the match. All 5 men are still down, trying to recover. The first to stir is Wolfgang, and he looks out at Davenport, who's also back to his feet by now. They nod, seemingly to indicate their partnership is ended. Wolfgang grabs Quinn by his shirt and drags him out of the ring and up the aisle. A group of blonde-haired men meet him at the entranceway. They're carrying something. As Davenport now has got himself a handy microphone to address the crowd, and he yells for Brent Kirsch to wake up because his insurance is here. With Troy still unconscious on the outside, Davenport's in the ring, kicking Kirsch until he wakes up and says he's going to want to see this one. Kirsch is up to a knee, trying to get up. The 2 men dump 2 black trash bags on the mat, obviously with something in them. And Davenport says, "You and me, Enforcer, we ain't through, not by a long shot." Kirsch eyes the 2 bags with a concerned face. He's been through quite a bit. Davenport says, "See, I exposed you as a traitor to your race, to your country, but it ain't enough to say it, is it? Because real Americans take action." So he brought him some insurance to make sure Kirsch knew he wasn't just jerking his chain. The disgustingly sweaty Davenport goes to the first trash bag, ripping at it. He pulls back and grabs a handful of hair. There's a person in there. A woman. Danielle Kirsch. It's Brent's daughter. Kirsch doesn't even speak. He charges in at Davenport and his daughter. But the Hound Dog's got a knife, pulled out of who God knows where, and he holds it to the now conscious Danny's neck. "Oh, Brent, you should step back. I'd hate to hurt your little daughter," he says. "She's been through so much. Brent went and got her first girlfriend killed. She even spent months in a coma because of him. Davenport'd hate to make it worse." Of course, Brent complies. Davenport goes over to the other bag as Danny begins to cry. But this other one... Davenport cuts the bag away. He pulls out who we already know is there. A black woman. Sam, Danny's girlfriend. Blue lips. Limp neck. She's dead. As Danny cries, as you'd expect, Brent rushes to his daughter, grabs her in an embrace. They haven't even seen each other in a year. But both of their attention is on Davenport, who's disappointed, strangely enough, because Davenport wanted to kill her himself. Let it be a lesson. Never buy foreign. They always screw something up. And he turns to Brent with a grin on his face. And, well, you can read what he said. And says that they ain't done. 2 dead girlfriends for Danny, all 'cause of Brent. Her kind don't belong in his America. And Brent doesn't either. Davenport slides out and walks off with a satisfied grin on his face. Danielle rushes to grab the lifeless body of her now deceased girlfriend. Brent is overtaken with rage. He can't even comfort her, and he roars out with anger. If Davenport wants more, Brent Kirsch is going to give it to him. I don't know about banned from Twitch. I didn't say it, right? Welcome, Joe. Big stuff there. Davenport and Kirsch are going to be continuing. And Redmond Quinn has been drug away by Wolfgang for who knows what purpose. And next, we've got ourselves a match. Moving back into the wrestling with Luther Creed versus Nightstick in a very heated feud. The Revolution is televised tonight. Nightstick's in the ring across from Luther Creed. The 2 men meet up in the center of the ring. Nightstick is solemn. Creed mocks him. But Nightstick has enough and pushes him away. Creed fires back with a clothesline that meets a brick wall. Nightstick looks down at him and shakes his head. He grabs him by the hair and throws him in the corner, smashing his head into the top turnbuckle. Creed catches himself and spits in Nightstick's eyes. He staggers backwards. Creed nails a spinning neckbreaker. Creed mounts Nightstick and just starts pounding away at him. Nightstick tries to get his head about him. Tries to get some semblance of where he is before he nails Creed with a huge right hand. Creed staggers as Nightstick tries to get up. Creed catches him while he's on his knees, leaping onto his back and applying a rear naked choke. That's the I can't breathe. Nightstick is fighting an uphill battle. He's trying to get to his feet with Creed on his back to break the hold. He does so and smashes him into the corner. Creed is down. Nightstick is down. A few moments pass, both men seemingly dazed from the impact. But Nightstick slowly comes to his feet with a grimace on his face. He moves over and stomps a mud hole in him. Creed tries to push him away. To no avail. Nightstick pulls Creed up by his legs and a belly-to-belly sends him across the ring. Nightstick stalks towards Creed before lifting him to his feet and putting his head between his legs. Creed headbutted the balls of the law. Creed goes over the kneeling Nightstick and says, "That's just where you belong, cop. On your knees just close enough to kiss my ass." Creed nails a hip attack to the officer, knocking him to the mat. He reaches down to the waistband of Nightstick and gets a pair of handcuffs. Handcuffs. The ref takes him away, doing his job once again. Creed argues with him as the ref turns away. Creed takes the opportunity to get the taser. He lights up Nightstick with the taser. Creed tosses it away and makes a cover. 1, 2. Oh, Nightstick got a shoulder up from the taser. He's better than Goldberg. Creed picks him up, but Nightstick spits in his eyes. Turnabout is fair play. Creed throws a few haymakers. Nightstick with the bullhammer strike. A quick second one from his right. The Smith & Wesson. Nightstick with the cover. 1, 2. No! A kick out. Luther Creed's fire won't be put out that easily. He gets up. Nightstick with a sick big boot. Creed has been turned inside out, and Nightstick is going for the handcuffs. He grabs the hand of Creed and cuffs him to the bottom rope. Creed realizes what's happened at him. Nightstick tells him to let it be a lesson. Don't fuck with law enforcement and expect not to be black and blue. He kicks him, He kicks him, he mounts him, and is laying into him. He finally lets Creed back to his feet with the hard justice, the clothesline from hell, the 1, the 2, the 3. Nightstick has defeated Luther Creed here tonight. Congratulations to Nightstick. What a hell of a match. What's going to happen between these two next? In a segment entitled, You're Dead. Later on that night, we're seeing something that happens later on. It's a flash forward. Static covers the screen. It's a handheld camcorder. There's somewhere else, somewhere dark, somewhere in the shadows, is a darkened silhouette. Moves across the screen. It's Nightstick. This is the same thing that Luther Creed's accomplice Trey is watching. Trey is filming him. Remember, Luther wanted Trey to film Nightstick from inside Nightstick's home. They must have followed him home after the match. The man behind the camera is not detected as Nightstick roams his home. He gets a piece of cold pizza and makes his way into the front room. He turns on the TV and says shit. Or Trey says shit. His cell phone is going off. Luther's calling him. Trey doesn't even answer it. But Nightstick has got the gun pointed directly at Trey. Trey yells, "Don't shoot." And Nightstick says if it were anyone but him, you'd be dead right now. Trey drops the camera to his side, holding up a palm in submission, and says, "Just calm down, cop." Nightstick, great line. "I'm calm, you're down on the floor now." And Nightstick calls it in and lets him know he has the right to remain silent. Luther Creed has been foiled in his attempts thus far to find something on Nightstick. Will it continue? I don't know, but we're about to see another hell of a match. Wildcard versus David Manson. The Bowman of the River, the Red River. They've been playing a deadly game, him and Card. All about the briefcase that Card believes the Awakening stole. But as Card read his opponent right, or as Manson made the ultimate bluff. Card rushes in, already having had a hell of a match earlier. He takes Manson by surprise with a flurry of lefts and rights. A huge uppercut sends the Bowman staggering into the corner. Manson into the buckles. A thunderous clothesline nearly decapitates him. A huge belly-to-belly. Manson's up, and he gets a big boot. Card is wasting no time kicking his damn head off. The Bowman is bloody. Card probably could be busted open pretty easily because he was earlier. Manson likes the blood. He licks his lips. And he headbutts Card. A flurry of blows from Manson. Manson shakes away a right hook. The Manson clothesline. Both of them go tumbling over the ropes to the floor below. Manson's up first. He's on the apron. He leaps off with a knee drop to Card. He pulls Card up to his feet, but gets reversed. Manson goes into the unforgiving steel stairs. Manson to his feet. A hard right by Card. He swings back with one of his own as the pair fight up the aisle. Card delivers a stiff kick to the ribs, slamming Manson head first onto the hard wooden bar before grabbing a beer from the bartender. Card takes another deep swig. Hopefully it's not the cheap stuff this time. And he slams it down onto Manson's head. Beer and pieces of glass shatter everywhere. Manson is busted wide open this time. Card pounds his fist into his face. A hard kick into the hard wood. Card pulls Manson up to his feet, gripping him by the back of the head as he tries to walk him back to the ring. But Manson has got one of the bar stools, and he breaks it over Card's head. Do we have any bar stools left? Card collapses. The wood is cracked. Manson pulls Card up the aisle, tosses him back into the ring, and makes a cover. 1, 2, but Card's got the shoulder up. Manson's smile somewhat fades. He's a little frustrated. He pulls Card up. The gambler tries to fight back with a few lefts and rights, but a stiff headbutt sends him staggering back. The awakening Manson pays homage to Jack with the Spartan kick, sending Card into the corner as his back collapses against the steel. Manson sizes him up for him before he rushes forward with a huge cannonball. Manson welcomes him to Manson Street with a huge running neck breaker. Card is taking so much damage. Manson drops in 1, 2, but Card's got the shoulder up. Manson straight into the stranglehold. The blood loss has got him woozy. Card can't handle it. He's trying to reach the ropes. His fingertips scrape the edge, but Manson refuses to let him grab. Card kicks out, rolling backwards, and he bridges him onto the mat. 1, 2, the kick out. Manson kicks out, just breaking the hold before it costs him like a few weeks ago. Card tries to get up, but a sickening boot to the side of his face that sends blood flying out into the canvas, and his poor sunglasses are broken. Card goes for the glasses, but Manson crushes him. You bastard. Manson, he goes to pull Card up with his feet, but a spear. He gets slammed to the mat. Card is livid. You don't touch the man's sunglasses. He rains down lefts and rights, fury sapping away every bit of damage the bowman has done. Card clocks him with a huge right kick. It sounds like it broke a few teeth, if not the bone itself. You don't piss in the wind, you don't tug on Superman's cape, and you damn sure don't break Card's shades. Awesome line. He pulls Manson up, drilling him with a savage knee to his gut. Before drawing dead, the axe kick. Card muscles him over for the cover. 1, 2, but Manson's got his shoulder up. Card pulls Manson up to his feet, unleashes a few stiff hooks to the gut. A stiff headbutt opens up that wound on Manson's forehead. They're both bleeding. It's a health risk. Card easily underhooks the left arm, grabs Manson's head with his right. The straight shot. Card doesn't even cover. He tells him to get the fuck up, and he nails the kick to the gut. The jackpot. The stunner. Card hooks the legs. 1, 2, and 3. Wild Card has done it. He survived a massive war against the bowman. Manson broke the rules and forgot the house always wins in the end. Phenomenal match. Phenomenal match. And Card is in the segment to follow, entitled A Round of Applause. Thank you for the grats. It was a good role play from Alex as well, who I think is still here. Thank you, Alex. A round of applause for Card. Are we going to find out more about the briefcase? Card is back to his feet, pulling himself up. He's no closer to finding the truth, let alone the briefcase. A sound of a rapturous applause. We're in a dark room now. It's the same guy from Crash and Burn, sitting on a chair, legs spread, clapping his hands wildly, and his voice is somewhat altered. And he says, "Give that man an award, he's sensational." And he says, "I'm sorry, but I'm talking about my performance. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but now I'm positive you believed I was Red River Jack and these two patsies were your thieves." He bursts into laughter as Card looks on and says, "The truth is, I just wanted to put you through a little touch of misery, man. What better way to make you suffer than to send you after two diabolical, disgusting, vile, violent creatures like the Awakening? Just knowing you're almost shot and killed is enough, but having had the opportunity to tie you to a vehicle, manipulate your feeble little mind, and watch you run around like a headless chicken is more than I bargained for." Damn. And he says, "Do you know why I stole this briefcase? No, it could be because I want to become the world champion, but that's unlikely, is it not? I think we all know that only the holder of the case, with the case, can invade. I didn't win it, and I certainly cannot use it." The man picks up the briefcase and says, "However, whilst you don't have it, you can't use it either." And laughs again. Who does that benefit most? Think about it, man. Maybe gamble on the answer. 4 men stood a chance of becoming king tonight, and it stands to reason that one of those four would do anything to ensure their legacy as a future world champion, even if they weren't successful. Good luck. Ooh. It looks like Card is going to be going after one of the 4 Ring King finalists. Very curious to see which one that will be as we go forward. Who the hell has got that damn case? Who the hell's got that damn case? That right there makes me feel like it's going to be Newton that has it, but we all know how this works. You can't really guess until it's over. Four men stood a chance at becoming king. Are we ready for the World Championship match? I think we are. Hell yeah. Let's get that world title match popping. What a hell of a show thus far. We have the World Championship match and the Ring King finals left to go, plus any associated segments. So we'll see if Eli Forever can dethrone Edward Newton as undefeated and as champion. And we will see if Edgar Nevermoor or Troy Solvig will become the latest Ring King. Should be a hell of a deal either way. Whew. Let me get another drink here before I jump into this one. This is a personal championship match. Last month, it wasn't necessarily as personal as it is now. It's round 2 for Eli Forever. And Forever is ready to pounce and rip Newton to shreds after Newton's manipulations of Forever's sister, Rose. Forever pounces like a puma, but Newton gets between the 2 ropes to create a buffer. Forever gets pushed back by the referee. As Riddler tries to stall Forever, Newton is grinning from ear to ear. What a bastard. The ref pushes out Forever, who pulls out his book and is ready to use it as a weapon again. Remember, he knocked out the ref in the Real King match and just rained down hell on Wildcard. But the refs got the weapon. The refs are standing up for themselves. That's the real story of the night. The Heir Eternal looks at his empty hands before he turns back to the official. He tries to take the book back. The ref tries to get it back from Forever. The ref is down. Forever has taken down the ref once again. He's pummeling him with the book, while Newton stands by and watches curiously and slides out of the ring. Forever screams at the ref in anguish before he finally stops, coming back to his senses.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, thanks for the host. He turns to find Newton and sees him peering at him from outside the ring. Forever slides out of the ring to give chase. But Newton catches him with a steel chair across the knee. The Riddler once again comes at it with the advantage. Forever's down. Newton raises the chair right into Forever's chest. He slides the chair into the ring and sends Forever into the barricade. Newton reaches under the ring. He's got a kendo stick. Forever ducks a shot. He catches it, pulls it away, and he hits Newton with it. Forever, like a ninja, keeps hitting Newton with the kendo stick. Newton slides into the ring, but Forever's got his legs and he drags him back out. Forever throws him into the barricade. He's got brass knucks. Forever swings at Newton, and he gets the brass knucks on the chin of Edward Newton. Newton, reeling. Forever hits him twice more. He slides him in the ring. He wakes the ref, and he gets a 1, a 2, 3. No! Newton managed to get his shoulder up just in the nick of time. These guys have went straight to 100. The crowd gasps at how close Forever was. Eli's up to his feet. He kicks the ref in the ribs and throws him over the top rope. Poor referee. Newton is back on his feet. Newton kicks him. Grabs him for the DDT. Then never mind. There's no DDT. Or there's no referee, not DDT. Newton has been probably had his ribs broken by brass knucks. He grabs the chair and wraps it around the ankle of Forever. He hits the ropes. A running elbow drop. Forever howls in pain as Newton looks at him like an insignificant gnat. He goes beneath the apron again. Looks over the edge. And he's got a sledgehammer. Hell yeah. Newton slides into the ring. He's got it up high. Forever rolls out of the way. He tries to get to his feet, but his ankle gives way. Newton swings a sledgehammer to the back of the ankle. Holy shit. Eli, his ankle's got to be broken. Newton lifts up the sledgehammer to try to bring it down again, but there's another ref. Newton is surprised the ref takes that weapon. Forever, he kicks Newton right in the balls. These guys have exchanged ball shots here tonight. Newton staggers around. Eli, he goes for the Eternal River Plunge, but Newton's out. Newton, he kicks him in the shin, leaps into the air. He spikes him into the mat. The question is, into Nevermind. He goes for the cover. Eli's laid out. 1, 2, 3. Newton has done it again. What a match. He's retained his title over Eli Forever in a huge battle. These guys threw everything out there. Will these guys ever have a chance to have a fair match? Congratulations. Great role plays from both competitors. Congratulations for the continuation of the streak. But these guys aren't done. There's a segment with the two of them coming right up entitled Baptism. What a hell of a match. These two men threw everything but the kitchen sink at one another, but it's not over yet. Both men are up to their feet in different corners, each trying to shrug off the assault brought by the other. Eli is so pissed off that he lost. He goes right back after the Riddler. But Newton turns around with a fistful of sand. He throws sand into the face and eyes of Eli Forever. Forever is backwards, baptized by the sand, struggling to see and even breathe as Newton looms above him. Again and again I've told you, Newton says, it's not personal. Yet you persist in your eternal fight against me. I came to you for knowledge, and Eli, Newton has got his sledgehammer back. I've gotten all the knowledge I need, he says. The Riddler lifts up the weapon. Forever still can't even see. Stop! Someone yells stop. Rose Forever is here. She rushes to her brother, cradling his head in his arms, and her arms. She's got wet wipes to clean the sand out of his eyes, strangely enough. She turns around, and she jabs her finger into Newton's chest and says, "You son of a bitch. You manipulated me. You used me to get what you wanted, and you threw me to the side once you did." The Riddler sneers at Rose, who backs up to the now recovered Eli. And Newton says, "My dear, I hope you know what you're doing." Rose steps forward, winking to her brother as she does so, and says, "I know exactly what I'm doing." Low blow from Rose to Eli. She nailed her brother in the balls. The Air Eternal hits the mat. Newton uses the sledgehammer to slide Forever's prone body out of the ring. Rose walks up to Newton. No, Harper walks up to Newton. "My dear Harper," Newton says, "I'm so glad to have gotten you away from evil men who would manipulate you." And Harper kisses him. They lean into it. Newton makes sure Forever can see it. They're making out. Forever screams, Newton, as loud as he can, in rage. Newton did what he came to do. The Forever family has been broken. How is Eli going to respond to this? Wow. Edward Newton has got himself a lady, and it's Eli Forever's sister. She is turned on Forever, and I can't help but think that Eli Forever has still got a bone to pick with our world champion. This is not over. This is not over. And next, we have a segment with Wildcard again. Are we going to find out who's got the case? The real Wildcard is the name of this segment. Pitch black. A pink hue flickers. It starts and stops abruptly. And it gets brighter and brighter with every footstep. Then it stops. Time freezes. Silence, an eerie calm. The pink hue returns brighter, and it's Wildcard. And he says, times change. He's dropped his accent, and you either evolve or you die. He clicks his fingers and the lights turn on, and he says, I've lived a long and fruitful life. I've taken what I've needed and tossed away the wreckage of who I am in that moment, discarding it as history long forgotten. He clicks his fingers. The pink hue, an ace in his hand, surrounded by the pink hue. And he says, in this visage, I have succeeded only as much as I have failed. The gambler from Nevada is no more. His form evaporates into that pink hue. That ace levitates, or that ace falls to the floor, lands face up, and a boot stands on it. The camera rises to see a different man before us with the same voice. Like I said, you evolve or you die. My name is Wildcard, a card that can take any value. His eyes glow pink, and throughout history I have taken many forms, stolen many hearts, and survived many battles. I'm not a victim, I never have been. Perhaps it's time you met the real me. And he clicks his fingers and vanishes. Wildcard. What does a wild card mean? It's a card that can take any value. Once the card is wild, he can take any form. And you'll see more about what that means in the future. But I'm really excited that we're able to outroll this step here. Oh, but we're up ready. We're ready. The main event. Troy Sullivan versus Edgar Nevermoor for the Ring King crown. Good luck to you, Trevor. Good luck to you. Are you ready? Good work, Dean. Got the hype machine going. Are we ready for this final? Are we ready to see who will be receiving a world title shot at some point in the future? It doesn't necessarily have to be even this season. We'll have to see who will perhaps get a pay-per-view named after them. Who will take the crown? This is what we... How about now? Oh, Dean, you tease. I love you, though. Have another drink, then. Oh, man. Gonna be a hell of a deal. You should be laughing your arse off. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can't wait to see how you use and abuse this throughout the coming months, years. All right, let's see if we got it here now. Ah, we do. This is it. Ring King 2018. Nevermoor lines up across the ring from Troy. Both men ready for war. One of them will ascend to the throne, but which one? The bell sounds. They both lock up. Troy's strength takes the advantage as he grabs the arm of Nevermoor and twists him into a hammerlock. Edgar reaches around with a handful of hair until the Viking lets go. They both grin. Sullivan goes to lock up again, but the poet ducks underneath. A right hand and then another. Troy gets rocked, stumbling backwards as Nevermoor picks up steam, hitting the ropes fast with a clothesline, but Troy ducks. He lunges forward with a spear. The damn near broke Nevermoor in half. The fans roar in approval as Troy goes into the cover. 1, 2, and we're going to wait and see who. Why is it not loading? There we go. But it wasn't there. Dean wrote this, and he's going to do his patented slowly give the match. Whew. You're building the hype here, Dean. You haven't had the opportunity to do this to me in a while. But a kick out. Solveig immediately gets back to his feet, helping Edgar back to his. An uppercut. Another. The poet tries to block, but the fury of Volsinger refuses to be tamed. Troy backs away, runs towards Nevermoor with a boot to the face. From Nevermoor, it stumbles Troy. Out of the corner, a spinning neckbreaker. He slams him hard into the canvas. He checks his mouth for blood, showing off his best evil British smile before getting back to his feet with a handful of his opponent's blonde locks. He slaps him around the face, leaps in with the knee to the jaw. Troy's dazed. Edgar takes them both over the top rope with a massive clothesline. They tumble to the floor. Nevermoor lands on his feet as Troy bounces head first off the apron and rolls into the barricade. The poet, he doesn't even hesitate. He pulls the bigger man to his feet and lifts him into the air. Chest first onto the barricade. Troy is in agony. Edgar goes to the other side of the barricade. He's nice enough to tell the fans to move out of the way and run. A massive knee strike to the face. Solveig bounces back towards the ringside area with ferocity. Edgar gets back up and smiles, walking around the barrier, curling his mustache. Troy didn't expect this kind of fury from the poet. He rolls him back into the ring for a cover. 1, 2. Is the poet going to get the win? Is he going to become the Ring King? Troy probably thought he was going to run over Edgar based on the strength and size differential. But Edgar, we can't forget, he finished second in Pandemonium this year. He's made it this far. He had an easy second match tonight. They are all ready to go. And that gets a kick out. It's not going to do it. Nevermoor pulls Troy back to his feet into the suplex position. He nails Poetry in motion, but no. Troy behind. The Northern Lights suplex. But Nevermoor blocks that. They both release. Edgar for a clothesline. Solveig ducks, hits the ropes. Massive leap. The Valkyrie, the Superman punch, it connects. He makes a cover. 1, 2, kick out. That's not going to do it either. Nevermoor signals for the end. He pulls Troy to his feet and into a suplex position. This is a repeated section. There we go. The Superman punch. 1, 2. We don't know if that one won or not. So that kick out was for Nevermoor making a cover on Troy. All right, this match is heating up. Yes, Dean, you're being a little too clever. A little too clever for your own good. Man, what a hell of a match. The spots keep coming. Whew. We're standing by. Damien, you probably should check on the gasoline smell. Oh, you have. And a kick out. Whoa. Okay, he deleted the section. Troy gets up. He's going to that special warrior place. Edgar is up. He gets scooped around and put in the Tree of Woe. They call that Odin's wisdom. And he hangs there, desperate, unsure, and terrified. Solvig stomps him, violently kicking him as hard as he can, until Nevermoor just falls down, lands on his head. The fans are on their feet. Solvig demands that Nevermoor gets up. A thunderous DDT and another cover. 1, 2, 3. No, it's a kick out. How is Nevermoor still alive? Man, Troy with a brutal Odin's wisdom, the Tree of Woe, hung him out to dry. Hung him out to dry. Damn. Who is going to take this crown tonight? It's getting tense. It's getting tense. There we go. Troy is up. He looks to the sky and nods. It's time for the hammer of the gods. But no. Nevermoor. He pushes Troy into the ref and knocks him down. The poetic justice, the lifting DDT. He got him with it. Cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no ref. There's no ref. Nevermoor realizes there's no one there to make the count, but he has an idea. He's got a steel chair. He's back in the ring with it. Troy is back up. The steel chair at his head. The clatter is rapturous. But Solvig just looks at him. He's no-selling it. He's Vikinging up. Another chair shot. Another one. Another. Solvig down to one knee. Another. A Superman punch. The Valkyrie. Straight into the steel chair. Straight into the face of Nevermoor. Holy shit. Troy is a beast. What a damn freaking spot there. Holy shit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chair shots to the face. And that's not to mention the 3 or 4 he took in his match earlier. Damn. Troy. But the ref's still not there. Yes, fighting spirit. He summoned the gods. The clatter is rapturous. What a hell of a line. Damn. What a hell of a match thus far. Whew. Troy's up to his feet. He's into the ropes. He took 7 chair shots and is still standing. Nope. Troy's down. That fighting spirit ran out pretty fast. Both men are down. They start stirring. Edgar's got the steel chair. Troy rips it from his hands, tosses him aside. A kick to the gut. The Oxford comma, the hammerlock leg sweep DDT. Here comes the Gentleman's Club. Here comes the Gentleman's Club. Mammon, Royal, and Happy. Mammon enters first. He gets tossed in the direction, Troy does, of Mammon. The needful things. He hits the needful things. Troy's down. He can barely get up. Royal is in. The German suplex. Another. A fourth. The Royal flush. The fifth. Troy's on his head. He rolls backwards. He's still not all the way down. Happy's in the ring this time. Nevermoor tells him he can do it. Is Happy going to hit Troy Solveig? Troy has taken the finishes of Mammon and Royal, not to mention all the moves and the chair shots from Edgar. Holy shit. Just like last year, the interference. The interference is here. Troy is not all the way down yet, and Happy is going to be the difference. What is Happy going to do? Nevermoor tells him he can do it, but Happy can't. He doesn't have it in him. He looks at Edgar and begs him, pleads with him for another test. Troy reaches out. With all of his might, his hand reaches. Leviathan, his hammer is here. His hammer. He's got his hammer. Happy wouldn't do it, but Troy's hammer is here. And I have to think that's going to even the odds just a little bit. The hammer is here. Whew. What's he gonna do with it? Whew. Troy is up. Mammon rushes him. The hammer through his chest. Mammon's knocked out of the ring. Royal tries to grab the hammer. He can't even lift it. It's too heavy. Solveig buries it in his gut and slams him down across his back. That howl. He's roaring. Troy has perhaps broken Royal's back. Happy runs at Solveig with the steel chair. Troy slams the hammer into the steel. It knocks both Happy and it through the air. Damn. But Nevermoor's still there. Nevermoor's still got to be there. Troy has fought off the interference. But Nevermoor is still there. Whew. Man, what a hell of a match. What a hell of a match. Troy, win or lose, looks like a damn beast. Troy goes after Nevermoor, who's begging for his life. The ref is up. Troy drops the hammer, but he gets caught by Nevermoor. The poetry in motion. This has got to be it. 1, 2, 3, no. No, it's a kick out. What the hell does Nevermoor have to do to win it? The poet picks him up, grabs him by his hair. He's going for one more poetry in motion. He lifts. Whew. Happy needs to do the right thing. He tried to do the right thing. It didn't. He should have done the right thing the first time, I guess. Solveig from behind. He drops down. He spins him. The hammer of the gods. The jackhammer. The fans are on their feet. He makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. He's done it. He's done it. Troy has won Ring King 2018. Maybe. Whew. Is this a Dean Mason special? Is this the Dean Mason special? I am refreshing, Dean. It's not... There it is. No, he hasn't. Happy interfered. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch, you bastard, Happy. Solvig slides to the outside. He chases Happy around the ring. He drips over the Warhammer. Happy does. He's pleading, but Mammon, with a steel chair. Another needful things. Happy drop toe holds him onto the hammer. Nicholas rolls Troy back into the ring. This has got to be it. Not like this. Troy undone by his own hammer. Edgar's got him up. Another poetry in motion. Excuse me. Into the cover. 1. Not like this. It's going to be like this. 2. Troy, can you kick out? No, he can't. It's over. Edgar, Nevermoor, has stolen the Ring King crown. The runner-up has finally had his just desserts. He's had his assists from both the Hammer and the Gentleman's Club. His arm is raised in victory. Troy was a formidable opponent, but the numbers in his own hammer were too much. See, I believe that one. Congratulations, Trevor. Congratulations. Great match. You earned it. Very well done. Well-deserved crown. Oh, hell of a show. Oh. I'm going to take another one. Oh. Whew. Congratulations, Trevor. Hell of a match. You definitely put together a really strong piece, I thought. Took a reread to kind of get some of the layers, but you definitely pulled it out there and won this quite deservedly. Great match. And Rob, with the ever-present, at least I was eliminated by the winner of it all. Yes, and Troy's singles match streak has ended. The coronation of Edgar Nevermoor. He's joined by Happy and Mammon in the ring. Royal is being pulled away by the EMTs. But flames shoot up around the ring. Licking the top rope, everyone panics. Smoke begins filling the ringside area. Royal is somehow standing with the lights come back on. He's been dragged to his feet. It's Crowley! Lee frickin' Crowley, the king of the underworld. Lee Crowley is here. He holds the limp body of yet another former king. And he says, "You were right, Edgar. This crown of thorns is cursed." Snap! And he snaps Royal's neck. Holy shit. Nevermore is terrified. And he says, "Now every single winner of that cursed crown is dead, including yours truly." Lee Crowley's dead, but how? And he says, "When my good soldier Abaddon had the seal broken, I knew my chance to return was now. So do you want my crown, Nevermore?" The poet shakes his head slowly. Remember, Edgar noted that intelligence was the key to his victory. And he is not picking a fight with Lee Crowley. The fire subsides, allowing Nevermore and the Gentleman's Club to retreat. Edgar Nevermore may be your 2018 Ring King, but Lee Crowley is the king of the underworld, and thanks to Solomon Rhodes, he's back. Whew! Damn! Lee Crowley is back. And we've got Mr. Knott for the call. What is Mr. Knott going to do? This is after Ring King has ended in his office. He's surrounded by the Vindicators, Troy, Redwing, Game Boy, Behringer, and Sparrow. He's gathered them all here at the request of Lincoln Hex because he's afraid he needs their help. Because the Informer's murder a couple weeks ago, Mr. Knott's learned the truth. The truth. The culprit, his murderer, is one of their own. He says he has nothing but regret and sympathy for every single one of you. But right now they must put aside their grief and defend the tap room against a threat larger than Jason Novan. A threat more powerful than you've ever faced before. If you do, his death won't go unpunished. He roars, his death won't go unanswered. Finally, he takes a deep breath. But I'm afraid to say it will not be easy. For my simulant artificial intelligence has gone rogue. Vanguard murdered Informer. His programming malfunctioned and he's planning to wipe us all out. He's going to lock the doors of the tap room at Frostbite and rampage through the roster. But only you can stop it. Hex said you wouldn't trust me, and I can see that he was right. But he said if I asked you one question, you'd know these orders come from him. Will you answer the call? But it's worth noting that Lincoln Hex was Mr. Knott, I believe, or was an agent of Mr. Knott. Mr. Knott dicking over the Vindicators, sending them after Vanguard. Damn, what a hell of a close to the show. The Vindicators have to take on Vanguard. But yes, the Vindicators do not know the truth. Damn. Yes, Knott was the one behind the order to kill Vanguard. If you recall, the board, I think is what they're called, ordered Knott to take out the Vindicators, I feel like. Was something that he either implied needed to happen or something like that. Damn. What a hell of a show. Congratulations to our real king, Eli Forever, the new VHS champion, Xander Zane, officially this time, the retaining world champion, Edward Newton, and to Edgar Nevermoor on being the Ring King. I'm sure there will be a gentlemanly pay-per-view in the future, and Edgar Nevermoor versus whoever ends up as the world champion in the future, be it Edward Newton or otherwise, will be a hell of a match. Damn. What a hell of a show, guys. What kind of thoughts do we have here? Hell of a show was put together. Dawson currently handling 4 characters. Axing Solman and taking his spot. Crowley is back for the Risen. And explained why. Alright, guys. Hell of a show. It looks like it's we're finished up here. I think everything ran pretty smooth from a stream perspective, so looks like those changes actually worked out. But we'll probably go ahead and bring everything to a close. Super glad for everybody that came out to join us. I know it was a hell of a show. I know I had a hell of a time. Congratulations to all the winners of the evening. And we can continue this chat in our Discord. And can't wait to see how the Risen shakes out and go from there. So let me switch over to here for a decent little close. But everybody have a phenomenal evening and a phenomenal rest of your week.